Hi, my name is Mary, and I'm going to be telling you about The Giver by Lois Lowry. It is a futuristic story of modern fantasy that I've recently read for the first time. And I really liked it. I liked the fact that I felt it helps students to learn to think for themselves, that they cannot just take everything that they hear and see and read at face value, but to really dive into what they think about what is happening and the types of encounters that they're having with people and with and that they're viewing other people have with one another. The setting of this story is, like I said, it's futuristic, and Lois Lowry spends a lot of time describing the setting. She describes how the community is set up, how family units are constructed, the role that individuals have, and the expectations of the community that the individuals will all follow the rules. This setting is not that different from any modern day city. There's homes, there's streets, everybody goes to work or school. And so in that way, the setting is very believable. The role of the individual is basically to do what is best for the community. And they are given their jobs. They're given their jobs when they're young. They're trained in those jobs, and that's all that they'll do for the rest of their lives. We see on page 32 here that Lois explains what the evening procedure is every night for all the families. And it says the evening proceeded as all evenings did in the family unit, in the dwelling, in the community. Quiet, reflective, a time for renewal and preparation for the day to come. It was different only in the addition to it of the new child with his pale, solemn, knowing eyes. And that was actually a little bit of leading into the plot. So the plot of this story is believable because, as I said, the setting and the characters are not that different from ourselves. Even though the individuals and the community as a whole are far more controlled than we are, based on our own history and our own knowledge of different types of government, it's not so unbelievable that in the future there could be a highly controlled type of environment that we end up living in. We see today that there's talk of population control, that you hear, conspiracy theories about population control. You hear about pollution and wanting to control that. So we can see a student could look at today and at the trends of today and see that it could develop into the futuristic giver type society. The part of the giver that is somewhat unbelievable to us is the fact that only one person is the holder of all of the memories. Each individual has only the memories of their own life, while the giver holds all the memories. And so in our story, there is a boy who is going to become the new holder of the memories. And within this story, the giver, the memory holder, is not unbelievable, because everything is assigned, because everything is controlled. It is believable to think that somewhere in the future that it's been found a way to hold the memories, to control memories. And, of course, if you have no memories of the past, it would be easier to control a community and a person individually. The characters in this story remain very consistent and logical. There's little to no growth in almost any of the characters except for Jonah. Jonah is a young boy. He is going to be getting his job, the job that he'll be expected to train in and to continue throughout the rest of his life. And the job that Jonah receives is to be the receiver. He'll be receiving the memories of the community. Jonah begins in this story to be as controlled as everyone else. He does what he's supposed to do. He goes to school. He comes home. He does his homework. There's no questioning. There's no questioning of why is everything the same. There's no questioning at all. However, as Jonah begins to receive his memories, he begins to question everything. We can see that on page 142 where it says, "But why can't everyone have the memories? I think it would seem a little easier if the memories were shared. You and I wouldn't have to bear so much by ourselves if everybody took a part." So we see that Jonah is beginning to branch out and to realize that maybe things don't have to stay the way that they always have been. The style. I found the style of this story very easy to follow. The storyline, the plot was engaging and created vivid images within my own mind. And like I said earlier, it helped me to think of ways that I could show students that they needed to think for themselves. The overall theme that I got in this story was individuality versus conformity, and the importance of individuality within society. And so that is what I would like to tell you about The Giver, and I hope that you'll read it one day if you haven't, because it really was an excellent book. Thank you.